Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Nate, the Not Nerd
Yes.
Show.
Not Nerd Show.
How dare
Old
you go
habits
back?
die hard.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes.
And I
Yes, since we
remembered that I.
are more of an all-encompassing show with live video on YouTube.
That's true. And you didn't remind me to turn off my fan. But guess what?
Ah,
I I have the
ooh,
remote. So
remote
boom.
control.
Now I can
Very
actually
nice.
hear you. It's weird.
Very nice. Well, we had two main topics that we were tossing up because we were hoping for some big news from Apple. We got some news, but the other thing that everybody's talking about is CryptoWatch. So we'll be getting into that, but first, we've got Hat Watch. Let's spin this
What do you
bad
got
boy
on there?
around.
I see red. This is make a great American. Oh, a snapper. Mowers,
Snapper.
tillers, snapper. Say it, Todd.
I barely tractor.
That's pretty
Mowers,
sweet.
tillers, and tractors. This is one of my newest hats. I
Huh.
bought a batch from a guy on Facebook Marketplace this weekend,
Hmm.
and it turns out we graduated the same class at the same high school. Don't remember each other. He was not interested in figuring it out. So thank you,
Weird.
Jeremy, for the hats.
Hmm.
He went through his closets, and I took them off his hands at a reasonable fee.
I guess he didn't have as good of an experience in high school as you that he didn't want to relive.
Relive the high school days, the
Yeah.
lettering, and yeah, I don't think he was on the math team. He was not on the swim team.
How now, had that been my school and I didn't remember the guy, someone would probably say, "Do you have Alzheimer's or
Yes, yeah,
dementia or something?" I knew
a little
everybody in my
smaller
class.
class.
A little bit.
Yeah,
What was just, I can't remember. We probably discussed it. How many in your class did you have?
I think we graduated with about 175.
Yeah, that's close to mine.
Um,
I had
yeah, it's
8.
just been a long time, and it was in this week in high school. It was a magnet school, so everybody from the whole Portland Public School District applied to get into that school, so you didn't grow up with the same people for 13
Interesting.
years and all that
Hmm.
good stuff. And it was a long time ago.
Mine was
Oh,
just the only one in the
sorry,
county, really.
Chris.
So
Feel free to chime in. Chris has joined us in the chat. He said, feel free
chime.
to join in, and I usually say chime in.
I don't have a
Uh,
chime, but I have this.
yes, we do. There we go. That's close enough.
Yeah.
That is close enough. Well, let us discuss what in the world is going on with CryptoWatch. And I actually was like, ooh, Bitcoin's getting near its all-time high. Well, briefly this morning, it hit its all-time high. And the
Yes.
all-time high was, Dave might be bringing it up on the screen, but I've also got
I'm gonna bring it up.
$69,218
That's a real
is the
time
high.
update there.
And it is now back down to 63,000. So while it might be on an uptrend, it is still volatile. And
Yeah. Yeah. Look at today, for example. It
yes,
hit a high of 68,800 and a low of
yeah,
61,300, and now it's currently at 63. So it lost more value than I make in
yes. But
a
if you
month.
zoom out, give us like the 3 month or the 6 month view on there, you
Yeah,
can
there's 3
see.
months.
And who would have ever thought that it was going to get back up there? Nobody. And
Crypto
so,
bros.
Crypto Bros. So I did do some looking into it to try to make sense. And there are a few factors that people say are affecting it. The first one, we talked, what was that, about a month ago about the ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the effect that they have, where it's basically, JP Morgan Chase and BlackRock and all these massive financial organizations now are
Mm-hmm.
allowed to trade um, basically Bitcoin stock. And so that has a lot of interest back on it. But it's also helped some of the other cryptocurrencies go up, which has always kind of been the case. They kind of fall Most of them fall
Hmm.
in line with each other. And yes, Chris is reminding us to hodl. Diamond hands,
Yes.
diamond hands here.
Well, an example is I bought some Ethereum a few years ago, and not far after, maybe 6 months, dropped by half the value.
Yes,
And I waited
yes.
and waited and waited. And just this week, or maybe last week, it finally got back up to what I paid, and now it's
Yes,
higher than that. So
yes. I saw
if I
some
sold
good
it now, I'd
memes
make a
about
small
that.
profit. Yeah.
If you bought Bitcoin 3 years ago, you're now even.
Yes, pretty much.
But yeah, just a reminder, the spot Bitcoin ETF allows investors to gain direct exposure to Bitcoin without holding it. So, unlike regular Bitcoin ETFs, in which Bitcoin futures contracts are the underlying asset, Bitcoins are the underlying asset of a spot Bitcoin ETF. So, maybe we didn't even talk about the difference of that before. Each spot Bitcoin ETF is managed by a firm that issues shares of its own Bitcoin holdings purchased through other holders or through an authorized cryptocurrency exchange. What does all that mean?
I have
Stuff
no
that's way
idea.
above my head.
This is what it means. Unless you understand it, don't buy it, any of it. That's what
Yeah.
it means.
Yeah, it could go to a million, it could go to zero. I mean, I do think it's funny that basically it has gone way up because the massive financial institutions have gotten involved with it now, where it was designed to avoid massive financial institutions.
Hmm.
But there was
Yeah.
another thing that people are attributing to it, and it is the halving, as
Yeah.
would be clearer to say. So the way Bitcoin was set up by Satoshi,
Nakamura?
something like that, um, that every so long it became twice as hard to mine it, and
Yeah,
that is
yeah, yeah.
coming up again in April. So people are saying because of that, which I thought mining was basically pretty much useless at this
Dead.
point. But yeah, so we'll see. Who knows is the conclusion, but it is going up, and those are a couple of the reasons. The halving, how is it halving? Should I just say
I
halving?
think it's
Also,
half-ing. Why there's a
half
V involved, I have
V.
no idea.
Yes, the English language, it is
Yeah.
wonderful. Also called the halvening, is a foundational concept in the Bitcoin philosophy. Put simply, the, the halving is a feature in Bitcoin's infrastructure that automatically reduces the rate of new coins entering circulation. It takes place roughly every 4 years and, in theory, pushes the price of Bitcoin higher. So people think when
Nice.
this happens, the price will go up, so they're buying it now, causing the price to go up.
Oh, so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, yes. And full disclosure, you already disclosed. I mean, I have, I think, less than $1,000 in cryptocurrency, some Bitcoin, and I also have some Ethereum. It is not a major
I just have
part of
Ethereum.
my
Nothing
investment
else.
portfolio. And then I've got the stuff that Brave browser gives you, and I've got some Dogecoin, which I think was back up to 20 cents
I got rid
today.
of everything except that.
The
Oh, we
Ethereum.
might have a
Oh, we got
driveway.
some
Yeah.
action on the driveway cam.
Oh, no, it's in here. It's
Oh,
local.
you got action in the garage.
Yeah. Hi.
Live guests.
My daughter's taking the trash out, which is nice
Very nice.
and rare, she says.
But yeah, the I
Yes.
who knows what is going to happen with the crypto stuff. It is um, all speculation
Hmm.
and all based on everything, but isn't all investing of
It
any
is.
kinds? Is the dollar more stable than Bitcoin?
It's all a
Depends
gamble,
on
and
the
you just
day.
have to decide what level of gambling odds you are willing to take.
Yes. I think I said many months ago just invest in chickens because then you get eggs and meat, and that's good
Hmm,
stuff.
I
Gold's
guess.
up a little bit, I saw too, but
Oh, gold? Yeah.
yeah. Well, and here's another twist. So you've got the cryptocurrencies that have gone up, but Coinbase is a very popular crypto platform.
Mm-hmm.
And the headline of this article: Four Reasons to Buy Coinbase Stock Like There's No Tomorrow.
Sponsored by Coinbase.
Yeah, exactly. From Yahoo Finance, which is still a thing. The only thing of Yahoo that is worth anything in my mind, but this is from the Motley Fool. It has become the standard bearer for the crypto industry in the US. It's outlasted rivals like FTX, one of our
Mm.
favorites, and watched as Binance was fined 4 billion with a B dollars and pushed out of the country. So their stock has gone up. I'm looking for the numbers, but it is up like cryptocurrency. So,
Hmm.
do you invest in the cryptocurrency? Do you invest in the ETFs? Do you invest in the spot ETFs? Or do you invest in Coinbase,
There we
which
go.
manages it all? So,
So there's the Coinbase
but one day,
stock.
let's zoom out on that like a 1 year up above the
Okay.
chart.
1 year. Boom. Look at that.
Boom. Yeah, so that's quite a leap.
If
Um,
only I'd have known back in
yeah,
May of
why didn't anybody tell me
23.
this a couple years ago? But
Hmm.
yeah, we're in another craze of crypto, and I don't know. Do not take financial advice from us, and I
No.
have no financial advice for you. So that settles that.
If my
Uh,
grungy shirt and weird cap is any indication, I don't have any money, so don't
Yes, yes. And
follow
Chris
me.
says Motley Fool is basically sponsored ads, which so much of all news in the financial world is that they just put out a press release and then somebody picks it up and you can tell people whatever you want them to hear. So,
Circle something comes to mind.
yes, yes, something like that. Well, we were hoping this morning that Apple was going to possibly release some new iPads, which should be coming any day now. So don't buy an iPad right now because new ones, especially, I believe it's supposed to be the iPad Pros, the iPad Airs, and possibly a new pencil,
Well,
which we just had that new
let's talk
pencil.
about the iPads that Apple released last year in 2023.
Okay, and that's a wrap on
That's
that.
it. All right.
Zero new iPads. All they had was that USB-C
Pencil.
Gen 1 pencil Rev B thing.
Dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, so we will see next week. We should have on that. But yesterday, they did release new M3 chip MacBook Airs in both the 13-inch and the 15-inch. And they do support now two external displays with the M3 chip. Although with the MacBook Air, you have to have your lid closed
Yes.
to be able to do the
In
two monitors
clamshell mode, which
clamshell mode.
I mean, I guess that's okay. I was explaining to somebody today that you have to buy the Pro level M series chip in order to get two external displays in addition to an
Ah,
attached
yes.
display. It's quite frustrating, but I suppose Apple knows what they're doing.
Yes. And I would say the MacBook Air is an ideal laptop for most people,
Yeah.
unless you're doing really heavy duty work, which most people aren't anymore. It's
Who
mostly
works
cloud based.
anymore
Yeah.
at all?
Yes, exactly. But just the thinness and having that 15-inch for the larger screen, they are really nice computers. They start at what, 1099,
And they're so
um,
light. I picked up an older
$1,100.
MacBook Air today, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
helium filled, if you may. But and they do have the faster, one of the newer Wi-Fi specs. I don't know which.
Probably
Is it
Wi-Fi 6, I
6C,
think. Yeah.
6E? Even though the seven's starting to roll out, you can't keep up with this
I don't think
Wi-Fi
seven's
stuff.
in anything yet, but
They say
never
up
mind.
to 2 times faster Wi-Fi. Oh, and one of the interesting things that I saw somebody talking about, I'm glad I remembered. They actually have a section on the product page at Apple that talks about how it is a perfect AI machine because you can use do all kinds of wonderful AI stuff on it. I'm scrolling through
Hmm.
the page to try to find that. But that was kind of an interesting addition. Ooh, producer Todd is in the chat. He said, I'm guessing the new MacBook Air is probably pretty similar to my 4-year-old MacBook Pro.
Nope, it's better.
Uh, yeah, it is better and a whole lot lighter. I'm trying to find this AI section. I saw a bunch of people talking about it
Was
on
it on
the
the Air
X's.
specifically?
Yes, they had added in
Macro.
some. I guess I could search for AI in the page. Pro tip: hit Command F on your computer and
Say what
oh,
you
the
will
problem
about
with
Apple.
searching for AI on the MacBook Air page is that AI is also in the word Air.
Maybe put it in quotes.
Yes. It's,
So it's designed to go places, unlike me when I was younger.
oh, with access to a broad ecosystem of apps that deliver advanced AI features, users can do everything from checking their homework with AI math assistants in GoodNotes to automatically enhancing photos in Pixelmator Pro to removing background noise
What is that?
or speech errors from a video using CapCut, which we might come back to later.
Look at this. This is a little risque. A chip load of power.
A chip
Apple.
load.
You're getting a
Wow,
little close.
yeah, this is a family-friendly show. It is the Wi-Fi 6E on the M3 chip ones, up from Wi-Fi 6 on the M2 chip.
Hey,
Uh,
let's tout our high definition 1080p FaceTime camera
yes.
that, you know, is now available in your Bic cigarette lighter.
Yeah. Yes, well, it's better than 720, that's for sure. It's
I
got the
guess so.
MagSafe, two Thunderbolt ports, and a headphone jack. So,
And it gives you 13 times faster performance than what?
footnote 4, which is results are compared to previous generation 1.2 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7 based MacBook Air
So not even the
systems.
M1, it's the
No, it's
previous
the
Intel.
previous. Yes. Oh, Apple.
Oh, Apple.
But there are probably a lot of people. I know a couple of people with those older MacBook Airs. And again, as we oft mention, if you are an Apple computer user and still have an Intel computer, might be time to upgrade if
I
it's
am
getting a little sluggish.
I am trying to use an Intel computer, a laptop that has been turned in and someone got a new one or whatever, because my iMac, which I hacked to run Sonoma, just it's not getting the job done. It keeps
It's
crashing.
almost
It's
almost like it wasn't designed to
it
run,
wasn't
or
designed. It was
Sonoma wasn't designed to run on it.
the highest level of operating system is Big Sur, which is about 5 or 6 operating
Yeah.
systems ago. But I hacked it to run the newest. So anyway, I'm like, well, I'm just going to run this laptop out of the box. It runs Ventura, which is fine, but it's still just not that great. It's like
Yes.
I'm doing things faster than it can keep up with.
Yes. And another pro tip, previous pick of the week, is it Google Chrome Desktop? Is that software? Google Chrome Desktop?
Mm,
Talking as I type it out, the software that you can install on older PCs
oh
and
yeah,
Macs.
it's called
Remote,
Linux.
no,
You misspelled
yeah.
Linux.
Google Chrome Remote Desktop. I do not remember the name of that.
Yeah, it's like a Chromebook type operating system that you can put
Yes,
on
Chrome
any.
OS.
Yeah, you put on
Let's
any
do
old
this.
computer and it turns it into a Chromebook, which I don't know that that's an improvement, but it could
Chrome
certainly.
OS Flex for
Okay,
PC or Mac, and I heard a interview with one of the guys on the team this last weekend, and they've just done some improvements to it, some upgrades, and it sounds like it. The installation process is a lot easier, but it is an option where you basically turn an old
pardon me.
computer into a Chromebook,
Yeah,
which
and not,
again most people can get away with a Chromebook.
yeah,
We're the weird ones.
yeah. The
Oh,
web has a lot to offer. All you need is a
and we
web browser.
You mentioned Linux, so we summoned Mike Peterson to the chat.
What?
If you can
Linux?
find Linux distro for that old Mac, see if you can find one.
Well,
Uh,
PT, I have Parallels on my M3 MacBook running a Linux distro and Windows 11. So I
nice.
can do a lot with my computer.
Very nice.
And
Well,
yeah, I was
go
going to say,
ahead.
not to be outdone by our Apple computers, what else did Apple have up their sleeve?
Yes, the exciting news that we did get, they refreshed the silicone cases and watchband
Oh
colors.
man, hold me
Woo!
back.
So we've got some nice Easter pastels, a yellow, a fuchsia. Oh wait, what are they? Soft mint, sunshine, light blue, and pink color options is what
Wow.
they're calling them.
Hey, let's everyone in the chat and on video here, raise your hand if you love silicone cases for your phones. No.
Nope.
My brother bought one and he was showing me his new phone and it's just like it had lint all over it and like I could almost put it vertically on my hand because it just
Yes,
stuck.
got the grip on it.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
getting those things out of your
I'm like,
pockets
how do you
can
get that
be
out of your pocket?
fun. No
Anyway,
case for the win in
yeah.
my book.
I think Apple's though they have a more it's kind of a smooth kind of
Yes,
plastic and so it's not as grippy, but I've never liked them. But if that's your kink, power to you.
yes, yes. And one other thing that they did release that we'll talk about next is iOS 17.4. A bunch of the new softwares came out. And related to this, 17.4, besides all those EU changes we talked about
Mm-hmm.
that we're not in the EU, so we don't care, the podcast app now has transcripts in it. So it'll create transcripts of podcasts. And in the article, it's
Mm.
mentions that now for people that can't listen to podcasts, you can read them. To which I said, "Oof,
That's
that
called a
sounds."
book or an
Yeah,
article.
yes. And
But I
speaking
mean,
of reading, that article is lengthy just to talk about transcripts.
oh, hold on, hold on.
Driveway cam.
Driveway cam. I wonder if somebody's here to pick up my daughter. If they are, then they're early because she was in her bathrobe earlier. So better get some
Maybe
clothes
we
on, girl.
don't want to watch that.
Mm-mm. This
Yes.
could be this could kick off our G-rated program. Although Apple's
Yeah.
with the what was their thing they said?
The, the
Oh,
chip load.
chip load. And I didn't even hit the right button. You should have said
Oh,
something uh, to me.
that's all right.
Uh,
There,
but
random
look back
car. It
over
might be
your.
a fan. Is that a super not nerd super fan?
Well, I'm gonna get attacked here. Read back through your articles. There was one that you skipped over. I didn't know if that was on
Oh,
purpose or not.
I actually I moved that down. The one
Oh,
last one we have to get a little Apple Vision Pro, and this was a well a clickbaity story about tech worker's wife says she didn't want Apple Vision Pro in wedding pictures. To which I say, if this was my wedding and I had an Apple Vision Pro, I would tell my wife, I want to have the photographer take a few pictures of me in the Vision Pro, and then I want to get out at the reception to have some fun. And will you please make a cringy face? It's
yeah.
not like he wore it for the entire wedding. I mean, come on, it's all these stunt videos for clicks. But
I mean, I can't think of any reason why, unless you wanted to kind of flex and read your wedding vows without listening to the pastor,
yes,
uh, cut every sentence.
yes,
There's like, repeat
yes,
after me, 3 words, and then another 3 words. You could just read the whole thing.
yes, yes.
Anyway,
He He said, or it says, Jacob Wright, a software engineer at artificial intelligence startup RunPod, donned the headset against his bride's protests as they took post ceremony wedding photos on February 10th. He also wore the Vision Pro at the reception on the dance floor. Since the video recording function was activated, the Wright family will forever have first person wedding footage of Nicki Minaj's starships.
And if you turn your attention to the driveway
Driveway
cam, you'll
cam.
see the vehicle with my daughter inside.
I
I
like
hope it.
the street block parking job there. That's
Yeah, let's block 2 driveways. Well, she
yes.
hangs out with some super intelligent folks. And you'll notice
Anyways,
once once this car leaves, you will see my little blue bomb just
yeah,
all alone.
all alone
Everyone left it
in all
alone.
its glory.
Yeah.
All its glory. Well, you know what is all its glory? Dave's pro tip of the week.
Yes. And Dr. RIPVHS says, man, they named that Vision Pro wedding guy's business in the article free marketing. Nate, you got to
Yes,
stage something the media will pick up on to promote the podcast.
yes, yes.
So here it is. It's Dave's pro tip of the week.
Hmm.
That's what's going to get us
That's
the
what's gonna do
followers.
it.
So this week, ladies and germs, something simple, but something it's newer, and it's something that I decided to start utilizing. And so, if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you have a reminders app on there, and this is going to be iOS 17 point. I think we're on 4 now. Um, but it has to do with creating special lists in
Mm.
reminders, and specifically grocery lists.
Oh,
So if I go into um, a list, here's my reminders, and I just went into the Walmart list.
oh yeah.
Under the settings, you can determine now what is it, a standard list or is it a grocery list? And
Ah,
if you select grocery and then you start adding items to your list, like things I'd never had, like carrots,
Feastables,
celery.
candy bars,
Yeah,
short
I'll
sleeve
say,
plaid
okay, uh,
shirts,
let's see, candy bar, beans, uh, iPod. No, iPad's fine. Um, what's another thing you might get? Milk.
and
Got to remember the
shoes.
milk. Cheese. Would you say shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Walmart.
Walmart's got great shoes.
All right, so here we go. Look what it did on my list.
Oh,
It put dairy, eggs, and cheese. It separated produce, snacks and candy, pasta, rice, and beans, and then others, the shoes and iPads. I mean, they should have had Apple section. They don't know me
yeah,
very
and
well.
clothing. Well, yeah,
But
I guess Walmart's not a traditional grocery store,
yeah,
but yeah.
the one near us has groceries. But so there you go. You can put a bunch of garbage in the list and it will organize it so that when you are down the produce aisle, you can get the few things that are on your list. So
Oh, that is
Bob's
that
your
is
uncle.
nice. Previous pick of the week that Chelsea and I use is called Any List, and it
Hmm.
has some of those same features in it. But they have like a paid version and everything. And Apple Reminders, I'm already using that, so we might have to switch because then you could share it between the two of us. You could have it for different grocery stores because there's like stuff you only get at Trader Joe's
Hmm.
or stuff they won't have at Costco and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
just make a
So I
shared list
really
with
like
your
that.
spouse and make them all grocery like Trader Joe's, Walmart, Target, whatever, and then you just put the items in the specific list that you get at that store. So there you go.
Very nice. I
Yeah.
like that one. That is a good tip that I did not. Uh, I probably knew it at some point. I did
Yeah.
not remember
It was in the
existed.
news. So,
Yes, yes. Well, that brings us to everyone's favorite segment, just the headlines. Oh, do we any more activity on the driveway cam, or is it
no.
a
Oh,
peaceful?
It's just kind of dead.
Late winter evening,
Wait, is somebody
dry,
walking? No, it was a reflection. Okay.
traffic in the distance. But what a
Yes.
nice, soothing background for just the headlines. Winklevoss twins startup will pay burned customers 1 billion with a B
I hope that's a
dollars.
euphemism and they're not actually burned.
Yeah,
Self-pay gas station pumps break across New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Is that New Zealand?
Yes, and
New
Z.
Zealand, as software can't handle leap day. Come on, people.
Elon Musk sues OpenAI and Sam Altman over betrayal of non-profit AI mission.
Car makers must bring back buttons, says Europe. You know, Europe?
Europe. Have you heard of Europe? Old Johnny Europe. Facebook, Threads, and Instagram back online after 2 hour
Didn't even
outage.
notice. Sergey Brin says Google, quote, definitely messed up, quote, Gemini image launch.
To say the least. And last but not least, unhoused man accused of trying to steal a Waymo self driving car in downtown Los
So
Angeles.
surprising.
And those are just the headlines. Okay. Well, on to our takes of the week. This first one I found is pretty interesting. So, Klarna, great company name. They are a fintech, Swedish fintech company, and of course, the article in Bloomberg is behind a paywall, but they are claiming that their AI assistant, powered by OpenAI, is doing the equivalent work of 700 full time customer service agents and has had 2.3 million with an M conversations, equal to
Interesting.
2/3 of the company's customer service chats. So, yeah,
Oh,
because
within the first month.
yeah, yeah. People are trying to say that, well, and I think I was even saying, hey, it's not going to take your job. But if you're in the customer service call center business, especially people with not a strong com- command on the English language,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I actually have a client that is um, looking into using some AI customer service and even sales type stuff
Hmm.
for just like the cold calling stuff. And yet up in the chat with one show you should try just the articles, which would be a lot of fun to just read
The
articles,
whole article,
the
17
whole
page
article,
Verge
but not
article.
the headline, and you have to try to figure out what it is. Good call on that.
We'll read the article and then we'll take submissions for the title of what the article
Yes.
should be titled.
Yes, yes. And
Oh, go on,
more
go on.
driveway
I
action?
got a little driveway
Sheesh.
action there.
Neighbors, we got Priuses out there.
Yeah.
I was just going to say on the AI note that as of yesterday, I am a paying member of OpenAI ChatGPT
Hmm.
for their paid level to have the latest and greatest, and their DALL-E image generator, which if you look at the show art on YouTube, or wherever where you might see the show art, I used uh, Doll E3 to create the art, and I was trying to get crypto with a guy in a beard and a trucker hat, and as soon as I said trucker hat, it put earrings, and no joke, I probably went back to it 6 or 7 times, said, "Oh, that's better now without earrings." And it would say, "Oh, okay, I'll get rid of the earrings." What did it still have? Earrings.
Earrings.
I could not get
Interesting.
it to get rid of the earrings, and they'd be these weird looking, like little, almost like a brooch or something.
Mm.
But
If
it's
only
not
you
perfect, but it can create some cool stuff.
if only you had a person who had Photoshop
Yes,
that could be
yes,
solved.
yes. Well, that is true. Having to do some after work on what it creates for you, but I
Hmm.
just left the earrings on there. It actually ended up with the last version, the like large gauge hole earrings on
I
there.
guess
But
you have to be more specific.
yes,
Gauge, or
yes,
I was going to try to pretend like I knew the different types of earrings.
Yeah.
I
Hoop,
don't.
dangly, diamond.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let us move on to this next exciting story.
Hmm.
HP wants you to pay up to $36 a month to rent a printer that it monitors, which I'm guessing, Dave, you are at first blush very excited about a service like this.
I am not a fan of this. I have said it repeatedly. I am a fan of buying a stupid black and white laser printer of which you can print 99.999% of everything you need. And if you need to do photos, just send them to Walmart or to
Yeah.
Kinko's or to Walgreens, where they have much
Or
better photo printers
FedEx.
than you will
Yeah.
ever own. So that's my 2 cents.
Yes, and it is the headline is a little misleading because the prices range from $7 per month for a kind of an entry-level HP Envy printer, and 20 printed pages, and then the priciest plan is the HP OfficeJet Pro rental and 700 printed pages for
This is,
35.99.
I
So
mean, they try to make it to where you can only use their ink
yes,
or they'll brick your machine. Now they don't even want you to own the machine. Anybody who would buy an HP printer today has got a death wish. I mean,
yes.
I
But
don't know what's going on
I
with them.
would say that the 6.99 a month, I probably don't print more than 20 pages, and they provide the ink and I'm guessing have some sort of warranty that the printer will keep working. That almost sounds tempting to me.
But guess how much I've had to pay for my brother laser printer the past few months?
Zero.
Zero, and I've probably printed 10 things. It
Yes.
just sits there ready for me to. Why should I pay HP for it to sit there?
Yeah. Well, they're trying. Got a lot of flack on their ink stuff. So what do they do? Dig in their heels and say, "Well, you get everything from us, and you keep paying us the subscription model." That's the way everything is going. It's hard to avoid those these days.
Hey, I
Uh,
wonder if my neighbors mind being on my live stream. All
you're
you could
not
see
giving
is
away any.
just the yellow
Yes.
hoodie.
Well, they are in public, so
That's true.
there is no expectation of privacy.
That's true. And
Yes,
there's
hopefully
someone
they don't do
can.
anything criminal.
Well, I'll get them. And
Uh,
I've got this Wise Cam, but I may have mentioned that I have it connected through RTSP to my
oh yeah, your whole
Synology
rig around.
Protect. Oh, I gotta go back here. Man, there's a car and a guy. What in the world? This is so exciting.
Yes.
Let's see if this guy in his Tesla is gonna run into something. Is he gonna make it? I can hear the
Going into the driveway.
of his rewind mode.
Wow.
Look at that.
Ah.
Beautiful.
And producer Todd, I like how Dave wondered if someone who owns the most gigantic truck in the universe wanted attention from other people.
If you,
Touche.
I wish I would have taken a picture of this truck and I could have shown you all. There's one down the way. It's lifted
Yeah,
like probably
above your
my
head.
belt waist is where the bottom of the thing is.
Yeah,
And it's an extended king cab with a full size bed. It's the blue car, it's about two and a half of those long in
yeah.
our neighborhood.
Yes, it's like the
That
size
guy
of a
wants attention.
semi truck.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy.
Well, let us get away from HP and driveways for some good news for us
Mm,
from Apple, you and I, Dave, because we both have iPhone 15s.
mm-hmm.
But Apple says iPhone 15 batteries have a longer lifespan than initially thought.
Now, what's weird about this is if anyone would know, it would be Apple. So
Yes, maybe
how
they
are they
couldn't. So
surprised?
They initially said that the iPhone 15's battery would retain up to 80% of its original capacity at 500 complete charge cycles. Now the company tells 9 to 5 Mac that the iPhone 15 can retain 80% of its original capacity at 1,000 complete charge cycles.
Now,
That's like double
I was gonna say I'm not a math elite.
in letter and
I
math.
didn't letter math, but that's double. That's almost
Yeah.
double.
So
500
maybe
to a
they couldn't
thousand.
get 1,000 complete charge cycles in before they released the phones.
I suppose
So they were
so. I
able
mean,
to
it would have
complete the
taken
test.
that would have taken a long time, actually.
Yes, yeah, to fully drain and then charge back up,
Yeah,
that takes some time.
that does
So,
take a lot of time.
and I am looking
Interesting.
at my battery. I am at 147 cycles in 99% of my capacity. It's been at 100, but now that we're what 6 months in with these bad boys, I've lost 1% of my capacity. But
Well,
that could
let's
be
take a
like
look here in real
0.1%.
time, and I can even show you
Yes,
here
and
on my screen
pro
here.
tip, if you go into settings,
Yes.
battery health, it gives you more information than it used to, and I think it is just on newer iPhones.
How many charge
Mag
cycles did you say you had?
147.
I have a 106, and I'm at a
Wow.
maximum capacity of 99.
99.
And
Very
what was
nice.
your capacity?
99.
Okay. So
So
I
we're
can
both at
expect at
99.
least for the next 40 or so cycles to
You
retain my
should stay.
99.
Yes, yes. Well, we do have a security and privacy story that hits close to
Yes,
home.
it does. This was a
Portland's
nail
own
biter.
Unipiper, Brian Kidd, who we know through Todd and the Mark and Toddcast and the Portland at the Movies podcast, and also writing a unicycle playing bagpipes around Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So he has been working, and I need to update the article in here because we got news. He has gotten his account back, but it was there was an online hacker
Mm-hmm.
and had no control over his Facebook page, which, as you can imagine, is a local celebrity, had quite a few followers, and they're posting the dumbest videos on his page because I was like, oh, Unipiper posted, and I was like, what is this? And it was just some random, like, semi viral type video of something,
I'm
you
watching the
know,
video here. These were not the
yeah.
videos that were on his
No,
Facebook.
that
This
were
is
being
Coin.
posted. That's actual Unipiper
Yeah.
B-roll there, but he did get it back with help, and he did a nice post where he was holding up keys with a Facebook keychain and said that they were in the couch all along, the keys to his Facebook account. But is a great reminder to turn on two-factor authentication. I don't know if he had that on. Probably not, I'm guessing, and to also be careful with your passwords because
2FA saves the day. I just made
ooh,
that up.
there we go. We need a new sounder for that. You were saying before the show you want more sounders.
Yeah, so two-factor
Uh,
authentication can be a pain in the butt. I will give you a short anecdote. I'm helping a coworker today. She hands me a computer to work on, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to log into my account on this computer since it's on my lap. I go to our database program. I put in my username. I put in my password. Then I have to go on my watch and I have to hit the bit thing and I have to go in a thing and I have to type in the 6 numbers. But you guess what? Nobody else is going to be able to get into that account
yes,
but me because I
yes.
got I got the thing.
You got the thing. You got the thing. And producer Todd says it was a harrowing 3 weeks with the Unipiper and apparently a slow news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So true. Well, let us move on to our bonus odd take. Um, and Dave
Sorry.
did the annoying thing by posting, you need to do two-factor authentication unasked on the Unipiper's post. Yes. Uh,
Yes, I did. And that's not
his
annoying. That
Dave's
is public service announcement, Todd.
yes, yes, indeed. The bonus odd take this week, I came across this one. It's called Olda Vista, the most powerful guide to the old internet. I have a feeling producer Todd might like this one.
I
But what it
I think he
is
uses this.
Probably. It is a search engine reminiscent of Alta Vista, but it just links to old fun stuff on the internet. Well, not necessarily fun,
Windows
but
XP games
yes, yes, but
not
stuff
opening.
from archive.org. And it is a back before Google when we had a directory of websites. So you clicked on a category and then a subcategory and then a subcategory, and then you finally get. I went into home education academic competitions college, and I went to BYU, clicked the link, and it's taking me to June 15th, 1997. And it just has a redirect there.
Well, I did
Bummer.
military. You can follow along on the picture
Yes.
here. My son, I did something different, but now I'm going to go to Army. My son's in the Army. He's not in the National Guard events organizations. Units. Let's see. Second Armored Military Police Rangers, Corps of Engineer. Um, yeah. So here, if I wanted to learn about the Green Berets, it only took like 5 or 6 clicks to
Yes,
just
yes.
drill
This would
down.
be a great way if you have kids that were born after Google existed to show them how we used to navigate the web. And producer Todd does say he uses Ask Jeeves for all his web searching because he gets him. Yeah,
Is it
good old Ask
is
Jeeves.
that thing still around? I'm gonna look.
And it probably is in some form, but yeah, Old Avista is a fun little time capsule, as we often like looking. Oh yeah, Ask Jeeves exists,
Let's
and
see.
it looks older
What
than I remember it.
what was the number one song in 1999? It
And
just
it
it
looks like
didn't
it's
tell
just
me.
giving you Google results.
Believe by Cher.
Oh,
Do you
great song. That's my
believe in life after
karaoke
love?
go-to.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good, but Dave, you know what else is good?
What's that?
Our picks of the week.
Great. And I
Yes.
don't believe I did a very minimal research. I don't believe I did this pick. And you guys are in for something else here. Um, this I'm going to be picking the Elebase USB to USB-C adapter 4-pack Type C female to A male charger converter for Apple Watch Ultra, iWatch. Come on, iWatch is not a thing. And other devices. And you might hey, look, and here it is.
Woo.
Nope, that's one I bought a few months ago. This is black. See the difference?
Oh yeah.
This one was gray, and this one's
Nice.
black. It's a different company, different
Huh.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway, I bought 2 sets of these, and the black ones are supposed to have a higher data throughput, but I do not believe it. I've not tested it.
Yeah.
But you might be asking, what do you use these for?
Yes.
To
What do
which I
you
would
use those
say,
for?
I'm looking around for some stuff. Well, okay. Let's say you have, I'm going to unplug this, probably break something. Let's say if you wanted these things, and you're like, oh man, I want to hook up my hard drive, but my hard drive only has a USB type C. What am I going to do? Well, you can put one of these adapters, and now it's USB type C. See what it
Very nice.
does? It
Yes.
adapts it from A.
I wow.
And you may be thinking, well, that's not a big deal. But a lot of times when you get a free one that comes with something, they're like this long for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are very low profile. And the only part that sticks out is the colored part right
Yes.
there.
Here is
Yes,
on my desk a the same thing, only the usual
backwards.
size that you get, where it's like an inch and a half.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, this one is backwards.
it is backwards.
No,
But
there's one also on my desk,
yes, nice.
uh, but it is much longer than
Well, I know it's
yours.
about the same. I think it's about, well, it's hard to tell. Yeah,
It
it's
is hard
longer.
to tell.
So here's the first reason I bought this. You know what? Hold yours up again because nobody was able to see that.
Oh, yes. And Yetup says, I have a giant box of cables that does the same job.
Yeah,
Well, I've got that too, Mike.
yeah.
Come on.
So one good thing about these is if you have old power
Oh, yeah,
devices, you could one carry around the old USB A to C cable like Mike was talking about, or you just get some of these adapters and you just
yeah.
leave them in here. Where'd my other one go?
I carry in my backpack just in case,
Boom.
both directions. I have models also in
Yes,
there to have
I
C
do as
to
well.
A and A to C because you never know when somebody's going to need one of those.
But I'm sure there are many people out there. I'm sure there are many people out there who have uh, power bricks that they want to
Yes.
use with their computer or iPad or whatever. They're like, I got to bring the other cable with me. But now you can just leave these adapters in there all the time. And then if you have an older device, you just simply remove the adapter, which is quite simple. See how easy that was? And
Very
now,
simple.
yeah. Anyway,
Very
I like
nice.
these things. They're $10 for four of them, $2.50 each. And if you get it off of this Amazon website, you can get the 10% off,
Oh,
which
nice.
would be about $1.
Uh,
So
yes,
there you go.
about that. Very nice. Well, my pick of the week this week is a video editing software
Hmm.
provided by ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok. So I just lost some of you there, but it is called CapCut.
Say it one
And
more
I
time.
CapCut.
Okay. I'm going to look it up.
CapCut. Yes.
CapCut.
Yes, I didn't put a link in the show notes, but it is a web-based. They also have a mobile app, and it is for creating videos. I would venture to say that for 98% of the population that's interested in editing videos, that they should learn CapCut instead of something like Final Cut Pro, or iMovie or Adobe Premiere, any of
Really?
those
iMovie's
ones.
free.
Well, yeah, but it is pretty limited. CapCut has some AI features. They also have, like, you can remove background of videos. They can do sounds. So, very similar to, like, if you think about creating a reel in Instagram or a video in TikTok, but being able to do it independently. I'm just using the free version. You can create a video, and they don't have to be vertical videos, Dave.
Mm.
I know that's probably what you were worried
I
about. You
was
can
going to
do
write it
any
off.
format.
Yeah.
I did a 4:5 format video the
Rebel.
other day. I am a rebel, but yeah, it does the other thing. I was doing some stuff,
Hmm.
and I wanted to do transcription or subtitles,
Yeah.
and I clicked a button, and within 15 seconds, it was a couple-minute video. It had full subtitles, and they were, I think there was one word in the whole thing that I had to change. Actually, it was a 5-minute video. I think it was the one that Isla and I did trying Mr. Beast's new Feastable bars that you can find on my Instagram or on PDX Fast Foodie, wherever it is. But I will tell you, if you're, I was just talking to somebody today that is wanting to do more video stuff, and they asked about CapCut, and I said, it it is easy to use. It's intuitive. You can use it on your computer. They even have a web app that you can download so you don't have to have the browser open to do it. You can do it on your phone. And it just has, there is a paid version. I think it's $10 a month. Um, but they have so many features. Some of the Instagram videos you'll see where there's like, somebody saying something like former presidents that are saying something funny and it's like a green screen cutout of them. They've got
Mm-hmm.
that in there. You just plop it in your video. They have all these templates. It is good. Oh, not
This
the not the PDX fast food YouTube. That is I
this
think
is
the
from
last
2020.
yeah, that I have neglected the PDX Fast Foodie YouTube channel,
What?
sadly.
No, this
But
is
that was,
pdxfastfoodie.com.
yeah, well, that's the YouTube channel.
Oh,
I have
let's
also
see.
neglected the website. The Instagram's probably the best place to find me, but
Yeah, but look,
uh,
we can watch you eating food on this one.
eating Taco Bell in Las Vegas at the Taco Bell Cantina with a wedding happening behind me.
How different is the Taco Bell there than like down the street?
You can get alcohol. They have a wedding venue. They have 2 floors. It
Wow.
is more of like a high-end bar
Okay.
than the Taco Bell in Tualatin. But and um, Wes has joined the chat. I summoned him by talking about CapCut. He said CapCut is great for the commoners as a video editor that does a ton of work, amazing work in Final Cut Pro. Uh, yes, I
Hmm.
see what you are saying, Wes. But yeah, if you want to learn video, I would go to CapCut and at least try it out, check it out. For the having more fun with the video and editing, and you can just do so much in there. It's crazy.
Well, I
But that's
finally
my
got
pick of
into
the week.
Instagram and I was greeted by this wonderful thing from
Oh,
people.
geez, get that off my screen. YouTube's gonna take us down. Sorry, Isla.
So what, how do I find, how do I find this thing that you're talking about? Oh,
What
hey,
you think?
look at this one.
There it
There he
is.
is.
The Unipiper, Brian Kidd with his Facebook key. So if you're on Instagram, I would search for PDX Fast Foodie,
Okay. We're
and then I
learning
have
together. I'm learning how to use
yes,
Instagram.
yes, there is a search function, and then you should see an account
Hmm.
with my orange
It's
logo
followed
there.
by Todd Workoven.
Yes.
Okay, I think
So
we're
if you
here. No
click on
scary
that.
stuff. I forgot that little kids watch this show. That's how important they
Yeah,
are.
so the first one there is the one. Um,
Okay, look
and
what we found today at Walmart.
and I did about 1 minute of editing on this. There's no cuts, no jump cuts. It was just I wanted to get the subtitles on there, but those subtitles, a 5 minute video, and it was
And it just
literally
does it
like no
automatic,
time at
huh?
all. Yeah, and then you choose the style, the colors you want, you place it on the screen, then you download it and you upload it in, and there you go.
By the time I
Bob's your
get
uncle.
into the inst no, let me back up. By the time I get into TikTok,
Yes,
it will have been over.
yes,
It's
yes.
will be no more. It'll be me and some old guys just what is this thing? Why's it
Yeah,
gotta be vertical? So
vertical. Yeah, they were playing around with horizontal for a while. I don't know if they
hmm.
ever embrace that or
If
if
only
they've
there was
just
something built into our bodies that was horizontal. Only.
yes. If only. If only. Well, we do not have a Amazon purchase this week. We will hopefully have one for next week. Make sure you go to notpicks.com
Mm-hmm.
and you can search through our picks like the ones we had tonight or older ones. You can also just click through to some of our affiliate accounts like Amazon, do your shopping, then it shows up in our list and we'll talk about it on the podcast. So,
And you should spell not picks correctly if you want to get there,
yes,
unlike I
N
did a
O
few moments
T
ago.
P I C K S. And we've
Look at
got
that.
so much stuff.
Look
The
how
new picks
beautiful that
aren't there yet,
star-filled
but
controller is. Have we talked
and
about that?
oh no, we're not getting into that again. Thank you to everybody that joined us for the live stream. We enjoy that as you chime in, as Chris
Mm-hmm.
corrected me. But you can always catch it later on YouTube or in your podcast apps when I get it up, or visit notnerd.com. We have the links there. If there is an article you want to learn more about, you can always go there and find that out because our goal is to help everyone get out there and tech better.
See ya!